under Islam, in Islamic Republic of Iran, I managed to get arrested over 12 times, put in prison and detention centers. I spent countless hours in there. And I also managed to earn myself over 100 lashes as a teenager between age 9 and 14. I committed so many horrifying crimes, such as having nail polish on, such as singing publicly by accident, such as showing my hair by accident from the back of my hijab, such as attending parties where boys and girls were in the same room. Yes, I was a normal teenager who was seen as a criminal under Islamic government. Once I was arrested for sitting in front of a taxi. We got pulled over by morality police. I said, I'm just a passenger. The male driver said, no, we are having relations. Next morning, when I was sent to the court, I repeated my story and I said I was just a passenger. The judge looked me in the eye and said, well, do you have anyone to confirm your story? I said, well, no, we were alone in the car. He said, well, in that case, I have no choice but to take his word for it. You are sentenced to 75 lashes. I served 25 of them. I was a teenager. The reason for that is under Islam, a testimony of a woman is considered as half of a man. And that comes from where a woman in general is considered a half of a person. And again, where does that come from? Let's go to my favorite chapter. Chapter 4, verse 11 in Quran confirms that a daughter in a family deserves half of a son in that family. At age 14, close to 14, considering I was a criminal, my father figured, you know what, I'm a sheikh, my reputation is being questioned because my daughter is a criminal. It is time for her to be somebody else's problem. So what do? We marry her off. One day he told me I'm going to marry the guy that he picked for me. I tried. Yes, I tried fighting it, crying, begging him, didn't work out. And we already established he has the power under Sharia to give me away. So he did. The man who bought me from my father had this really funny habit of beating me any chance he got. One day, as I was sick and tired of being beat up, after he was done beating me and left, I got myself together and I went to a court. And I figured I can walk into a court, talk to a judge, and somehow, somewhere convince him that I need a divorce because this man is going to just keep beating me until I'm dead. So I walked in there and I was still injured. There was a bloody lip, bruised eye. My shoulder was dislocated, and I told the judge that I need you to issue me a divorce before this guy kills me. Very calmly, the judge looked up with a smile, very calmly, and told me, young lady, maybe it's time for you to obey your husband so he doesn't have to beat you. Go home and make him happy. Remember, I was barely 15 at this point. I was a wife. I was being beat up daily. And a judge whose job is to make sure that I get justice told me to go home and make my husband happy by obeying him. Yes, it takes a lot of evil in someone to do so. But he was following orders. Whose orders? Allah's orders. Again, chapter 4, verse 34 of Quran says, men are in charge of women. Ladies and gentlemen, under Islam as a man, you don't need proof. You don't need evidence. All you need to do is think and assume it's coming. If you think your wife is going to disobey you, warn her, separate your bed, then beat her until she obeys you. Based on chapter 4, verse 34, the man who bought me, based on chapter 4, verse 3, had the right to beat me because I wasn't obeying him the way he wanted me to obey him. No, ladies and gentlemen, I have no problem with Muslims. I have no problem with people. I don't have a couple of bad memories. I didn't have a father who was cold-hearted. I wasn't unlucky some pedophile picked me as a wife. No. Everything happened to me because a holy book named Quran exists.